Patty. Patricia. Sound check. What? Do you have sound from me or just the Zamboni? Thank you.
Thank you for your live streaming.
You are welcome. Are you Tyler's mom?
Yes.
Nice to meet you. Jay.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
How you pronounce it?
Castle.
Cash Love.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much for all your live streams.
You're welcome. It's nice to meet you.
Yeah, you too.
Kept wondering where Tyler was getting his good looks from.
Yeah. He gets most of me.
You must have got your humbleness as well.
You guys screw me out, his harmonics. Not much. I don't have his muscles. That's what he has. He doesn't must be the mysterious.
Okay.
All that is Casey.
Good afternoon. This is the fourth and final game for the Hatters for the tournament. Non-traditional format here. Seems there were 6 teams. There was a group round robin, followed by 2 consolation matches, and then this match for the tournament championship. The Wilders got here, staying undefeated in their group play with a significant goal differential. One of those victories does include beating the Hatters. The Hatters got here 2 wins, 1 loss. That loss coming to the Wild, but by virtue of head-to-head tiebreak, the Hatters have found their way into the tournament championship. What we've seen so far, the Wild, very fundamentally sound team. They do the little things right very well, and got the Hatters off of their game. If the Hatters can stick to their game, focus on their fundamentals, it should end up being a very interesting and competitive match here this afternoon. 14 seconds remaining in warm-up, and then we'll see the opening lineup with Hatters coming out, green jerseys as the away team, and by virtue of being the #1 seed, the Wild in their white jerseys as the home team. And as the teams take the ice, we see the opening line for the Hatters. Anchored in the middle by Carson Crichton, Holden Miller, and Tyler Bame out on the wings. Defensively, Alex Wells and Ian Adams with, as the tournament is gone this go around, Troy Jensen in between the pipes. Wild control the puck from the face-off. Adams carries it down around the net, tries to chip it to the boards. Stick block from the Wild. Centering pass, sticked away from Jensen. Wild hold the zone. Adams intercepts the centering pass, chips it high off the boards. Miller pursues, chips it off of the stick. Crichton picks up the loose puck, skates it into the zone. Miller on the forecheck, just think around. Bame in pursuit. Stick lift there. Wild is able to hold, no offside. Centering pass from the Wild goes high and wide. Save from Jensen, 2 saves from Jensen. Puck is still loose behind the net. Crichton picks it up, sends it up the board. It clears the zone. Icing is waved off. Porter on the rush. Hatters are going to change the rest of the line. Misplay by the Wild. Porter ends up with the puck. Centering pass intercepted by the Wild. After the line change, Bernardo, Puckett, Rubino, Ian Moore, and McNally on the ice. Wild send it in deep. Rubino's pressured. Hand stays down. Puck floats into the center. Logan picks it up. Puckett carries it out. Enters the zone on his own. Carries it around into behind the net. Centering pass. Backhand attempt from McNally. Doesn't get enough on it. Wild clear. Rubino carries it out. Sends it to Moore. Moore back to Rubino. Rubino up the boards to Bernardo. Bernardo carries it in. Contact at the blue line. Wild clear. Puckett sends it across ice to Moore. Moore to McNally. McNally touches it into the zone. Wild chip it out. Line change for the Hatters. Kashlov picks up the loose puck. Drives in on his own. Centers, but there's nobody home as the Hatters are still in their line change. There's AC on his forecheck. Bernardo picks up the loose puck. Sends it up. Sauces it up to AC over at stick. AC on the rush. Devaney in support. Wild skip it out. Puck is loose. Floats into the center. Puck is still loose. Still in the zone. Kashlov puts it up gently. Should have been offside, but the hand stays down. Again, waved off on the offside. Wild clear up the board. They send it to shot off of the skate for Kahlo. Puck seems to just be dying in certain spots where the ice is not completely frozen. Kahlo picks up the puck at the line. A little bit of contact. Tip gets chipped clear by the Wild. AC in pursuit. Flips it back. Shot off of the stick over the glass. Sent in behind the net by the Wild. Goes all the way around the board. AC picks it up. Sends it off the wall to Devaney. Bounces off a Wild skate. Devaney off of the stick. Clears the zone. Ridley in pursuit. Puck rolls slowly into neutral ice. Line change for the Hatters. Shot, save, Jensen. Wells sends it up into the corner. Wild is content to send it back behind the net. Misplays it. Adams plays it up off the board. Miller bounces over the stick and clears the zone. Miller on the forecheck. Slows it down with the body. Crichton whiffs on his pass. Adams holds the puck out of the zone. Miller pries it free. Adams still in pursuit. Crichton backing him up. Tips it back out of the zone. Wells contains the loose puck off of a Wild body. Stick checked away by Adams. Miller picks up the loose puck. Brings it to the near side board. Makes the line and dumps it in. Gonna swing around. Bain's gonna get a free shot. Nobody in support for the Hatters. Crichton holds it in. Miller gets turned over in the offensive zone. Wild to neutral ice. Send it in deep. Adams pursues. Sends it back up the board. It skips clear. Miller's able to clear it for Crichton. Icing is waved off. Crichton swings in hard on the backhand. Shot, save. Keeper kicks it all the way out to the board. It ends up in the far boards. Wild digs it free. Dinks it around. Shot, blocked by Rubino. Bernardo picks up the loose puck behind the net. Sends it up to Puckett. Puckett quick move around. Cross ice into the zone to McNally. McNally plays it off the ball. Sends out high. Moore sends it back in deep to Bernardo. Bernardo plays it. Misses the touch back in. Wild sends it hard around the board. It's going to come out to McNally. She's going to leave it for Rubino. Wild pick it free at the point. Carry it into the zone. Shot, save, Jensen. Drops the rebound, but Puckett clears it free. Bernardo jump and chase on his own. Follows it into the corner. Him and McNally are going to change up. clear, bounces all the way through on edge. His hand's going to be up for icing. Just shy of 7 minutes into the first. Again, even match. Line change for the Hatters. AC Ridley, Devaney. For forwards, Kahlo and Kasselhofer at the blue line. Face-off win for the Wild. Plays it back to the net and then into the corner. And send it behind the net. AC in pursuit. Cuts off the clear. Wild reverses direction around the board. Devaney chases. Sends it back in. It gets stuck in the corner. Devaney with the fighting through. This puck is still loose. Wild pry it free. Pass in through the center. They chip it through Kasselhofer's feet. Kahlo with the slide and the stick save. Kasselhofer on the block. Correction, Ridley on the block in the corner. Kasselhofer chips it into the corner. Puck behind the net. Kahlo pursues. Kahlo fighting through. Gets to the blue line. Devaney clears the puck. Chipped back in. Collision at the blue line with the elbow up. Kahlo's on the ice, can't get up. The whistle blows, but we're unsure what to call. Looks like the referee is going to call that the play was not advancing, as it was similar to if it was covered by the keeper. Restart's going to come in front of the Hatters bench on the far side, but in neutral ice. Miller keeps the puck out of the zone. Icing is waved off. Crichton on the forecheck, sent across, intercepted by Bain, carries it in. Forces it through. Loses a glove. Stripes assist with the gear pickup. Wild break out of the zone. The puck dives on him. Bam on the back check. Carries it in. 4-on-1. Not able to get through. Wild send it in. Crichton clears the zone. Off the wall. Miller sends it up. Hand is up. Miller was just short of the red line. So we'll have icing. Restart will come to Jensen's stick side. Line change for the Hatters. Bernardo, Puckett, McNally, Rubino, and more. .336 remaining in the first. Face-off win for the Wild, but nobody's home. Rolls for the boards. Wild sends it in deep. McNally pursues into the corner, lets it slide up the board, centering pass off the net, off the mark. Rubino pursues, chips it up the wall to Bernardo. Bernardo picks up the puck, sends it hard up to McNally on the tape, but it bounces off. She holds. Wild chip it free of the zone. Puckett pursues on the forecheck. Wild send it in. Moore plays it at his feet, off the wall. Again, sent up hard by Bernardo. Hand is up. McNally's not going to get there in time to touch it up. And we'll have icing from Jensen's glove side. 2:53 remaining in the first. Full line change for the Hatters. AC, Ridley, Devaney, Kasselhofer, Kahlo. Shot save, Jensen. Stick block from AC. Kahlo plays it up. It squirts through. Kasselhofer loses it. Sticks. Shot save from Jensen again. As that stick check bounced wildly on him into a Wild stick. No changes for the Hatters. Face-off win backwards for the Wild. They play it up the wall. Wild are able to hold it on the near side. Now it's free, forcing the Wild to clear the zone, buy some space. Kashroffer picks up the puck behind the net, loses his footing, regains his control, skips it high up the boards. Wild holds, send it in low and hard, chipped wide by Kahlo. Kahlo sends it up hard, but it's going to be too much, and it's going to come back for icing to Jensen's stick side. 2 minutes remaining in the first. Line change for the Hatters. Miller, Crichton, Bame, Wells, and Adams. Crichton wins the faceoff. Miller tips it forward. The Wild recover. Stick save. Stick block from Bame. Crichton picks up his puck. Carries it on his own. It's cut off. Miller picks up the loose puck, sends it around for Bame. Hand stays down. Stick goes between Bame's legs. Crichton picks up the loose puck. It's squared free for Miller. Miller shot save. Carson shot save. Bame sends it out to the point. Wells shot, blocks off the shin guard. Bame sends it into the center. Tipped through by Carson. Just wide of Miller. Wild clear. Ian loses an edge, plays the puck from behind. Wild still, and Adams on the back check, picks it up, sends it off net. It's gonna hand is gonna go up. We're gonna have icing. Restart should come to Jensen's stick side. Well, Stripes has changed his mind, calling for a restart to Jensen's glove side. Line change for the Hatters. Bernardo, Puckett, McNally, Rubino, Moore. Puck gets chipped behind the net, dies at the boards. Shot, save Jensen, shot, save. Two saves on that series. Puckett tries to dink it around. McNally picks up the loose puck, able to clear the zone, forces her way through. But the Wild dump it back in, and then it gets cleared out. Puck squirts across the middle. Moore sends it up hard to make, bounces off the Wild stick to McNally. McNally fights through. Wild come up with the puck from the scrum. Carries it out, shot low, hard, kicked wide by Jensen. Bernardo chips it to the blue line, shot, glove save Jensen, and he's content to hold that. 9-9 remaining in the first. Quick line change for this final, what should be final face-off of the period. Face-off win for Ridley. Puck rolls out to the blue line. Wild dump it in deep. Moore picks it up. Skates it around. Centering pass blocked by Moore after he got the puck kicked away. So again, at the end of one, Hatters hold strong, gets the Wild coming up 0-0. It started 2 after the change of sides. Remaining in the pipes, we have Jensen on ice, McBaney, Ridley, Ainsley, Hollow, Catwalk. Referee gets set, drop the puck. Ridley wins it forward, chips it into the zone with pursuit. Still pursuing. Puck ends up on AC's stick. Shot, stick save. AC still controls behind the net. Centering pass gets cut off from Devaney. While they're going to chip it forward, the hand is up, and the Hatters going to let it carry in for an offensive zone face-off for the Hatters. 29 seconds into the period. Offensive line change for the Hatters. Crichton, Miller, Bain out there. Crichton wins the face-off forward. Miller holds it in the corner. Wild pick it loose. Catchoffer tries to hold, but then the Wild do clear. Catchoffer with a stick check. Delays the entry. Hollow gets back. Chases it into the corner. Catchoffer with a stick check there. Shot. And it's saved and covered by Jensen. As Catchoffer was able to get enough of his blade on the Wild stick for that to just trickle into Jensen's pads. Defensive line change for the Hatters. Wells and Adams now on the ice. Face-off win to Adams. Puck bounces over a stick. Icing is waved off. Bain is on his horse. Is able to force the puck through. And we're going to have a whistle. Stoppage. Should be a restart in the Hatter in the Wild zone. Unsure why they blew that play dead, seeing as how it was a Wild player who slid into the goal and dislodged it. But the Hatters do get the advantage of an offensive zone face-off. McNally, Puckett, Bernardo, Wells, Adams. No clear winner on that face-off. The puck is still loose, and it squirts free on net, forcing a second offensive zone face-off. Again to the keeper's glove side. Face-off win to the wall for Puckett. Shot is blocked by the Wild. They chip it free. Wells, Puckett in pursuit, and we're going to have offside. As there was enough of a delay. No changes for either side. Wild wins a face-off back. They send it into the zone. Wild chips it around Wells. Adams picks up loose puck behind the neck, reverses direction, sends it off the wall and off of Bernardo's skate. But he's able to get a stick lift to maintain control. Wild hold the zone, send it in deep. Adams picks up the loose puck. Wild loses an edge, but it's too late for Adams to take advantage. Shot, save, Jensen, as it careened off the stick in the back of the net into the corner. Centering pass, tipped wide by Adams. A centering pass again, this again wide by Adams, and then it squeals in, and Jensen covers. Full line changes for both teams here at the 10-minute mark. On ice, AC, Ridley, Devaney, Moore, and Rubino. No clear control on the face-off, but the Wild do manage to get a centering pass across. Devaney not able to clear the zone. Wild send it back in. Rubino, centering pass off of his skate, ends up beneficial for the Wild. And now we have contact, hand goes up. Hatters are going to get a man-up advantage. And we're going to have we're going to have simultaneous minors as they whistle Devaney also. So we have a trip for the Wild, and we have interference. And as the referees figure this out, it should be 5-on-5, seems to have the simultaneous minors for the call. So each team with a player in the box, no power play for either. Wild carry it in. AC with the stick check, slows down the rush. Shot from distance. Jensen save, Puck swings around back behind, more in pursuit. Wild hold his own. Crichton with the stick lift, clears the zone. That's going to be a good glove down by the Wild. Chips it in behind the net. Ridley sends it up. Carson blocked off Moore and Jensen. Centering pass. Hatters are getting clogged up. Puck is loose in front. Save and a cover from Jensen. Jensen pulls his glove off. Looks like he took a stick to the hand on that cover. Puck bounces off of a blade on the face-off into Jensen, where he covers. 8:20 remaining in the first. Face-off win for the Wild to the board, but nobody's home. Bernardo chips it up, but it's going to be icing. Face-off is going to come to Jensen's glove side. 8:10 remaining in the second. Face-off win for Puckett. Bernardo tries to carry it through, gets cut off by a Wild. Casheloffer picks up the puck behind the net, sends it up the boards to Puckett, but it's off a skate. Casheloffer pursues. Puckett forces it forward. Bain picks up the loose puck. Forehand, backhand. Regains control. And shot off the net from Bernardo. And the Wild chip it free, not touched by the Hatters. It's going to be icing. And we'll have a glove side offensive zone restart for the Hatters. 7:30 remaining in the second. Lines are intermixed at this point. On the ice, we have Crichton, McNally, Miller, Wells, and Adams. Crichton won the face-off back, but just wide of Wells. He picks up the loose puck, sends it to Adams. Adams plays it off the wall to Miller. Miller loses the handle on it. Wild regains the neutral ice. Shot, glove save, Jensen. Glove save to the board. Correction. Face-off into the boards for Crichton. Crichton forces up, but he's short of the red line, so we're going to have icing for a restart. Forwards going to change up here on the face-off. Devaney, Ridley, AC on the ice offensively for the Hatters. Wild win the face-off back, send it behind the net, wide of the net. Adams tips the pass behind to the wall. Wells chips it up. We have a glove. Wild gloves it down after he lost his footing. Sticked away by Jensen. Devaney's going to pick up the loose puck. And Stripes is going to continue to send both off. So neither team is going to suffer the consequences of their actions. So we're going to have 5-on-5. Yep, 5-on-5 hockey. On ice, we're going to have Bame, Puckett, Crichton, Bernardo, and more. Face-off win to the far boards for the Wild. Bame in pursuit. Moore chips it up. Wild hold. Get it back in. Shot, save from Jensen. Hatters are able to get it back to the boards. They're going to let it walk in. Shot wide. Centering pass. Bame is going to pick up the loose puck. He's going to send it up to Bernardo. But it gets sticked away. Crichton picks up the loose puck, carries in. Shot high off the glass. Puckett picks up loose puck on the board. Moore sends it back in. Wild clears up the board. Now into neutral ice in the center. Miller saves that entry off of the skate. And now the Wild will dump it in deep. Moore picks up the loose puck. Sends it into the corner. Lots of room. Miller's going to skate it up. He's going to send it out wide to Bame. Bame turns. Stick checked away by the Wild. But Bame forces his way through. Puck goes in momentarily and then back out. Bernardo on the stick, slows down the entry. Crichton sends it around the boards, but nobody's home. Baines stick checks for the boards, and Moore's able to clear the zone. It comes off of Bernardo's skate. Shot from Bernardo, glove save. Forcing an offensive zone restart. It looks like Wells is out of the box, back in. On ice. Ridley, Devaney, AC, Cashoffer, and Kahlo. Cashoffer holds the zone on the near side. Ridley pursues behind the net. Wild misses on their clear. Sent back in behind the net. Devaney on his horse to chase. Cashoffer tries to hold the zone. He pings the one in. Shot from Ridley. Save. Puck is still on zone. Cashoffer does hold the zone into the Wild clear. And send it back in to the Wild zone. Slowing down the rush. We're going to have a hand up for icing. They're going to wave it off, saying Cashoffer could have got there. Cashoffer chips it up the boards all the way to the point. Ridley is able to body the Wild off the puck. Devaney in pursuit, shot just wide. AC chases. AC uses his body, Gain control of the puck. Hollow hold, sends it in. Stick blocked. Wild hit the zone for us. Send it in the center. Kashofer forces. Gets just enough of it. Puck goes into the center ice and then loose. Ridley with the stick check. AC picks up the loose puck, skates it into the zone. Getting physical out here. Puck is in the corner. Picked up by Ridley behind the net. Ridley tips it up to McNally. McNally goes cut to the boards. She picks up speed. Sends it in. Centering pass from McNally. Hand goes up, and we're going to have a Hatters power play. Looks like it's going to be an interference call. $2:55 remaining in the second. We're going to have 5-on-4 hockey. On ice, McNally, Puckett, Bernardo, Crichton, and Wells. Face-off win. Puckett forces it back into the corner. Still in the corner. Chips it behind the net for the Wild. Bernardo on the pressure. Wild pick up the loose puck, send it up hard up the board. Hand goes up. And we're going to have icing. And we're going to have an offensive zone restart. 2:37 remaining. 113 on the power play. Hatters are going to stick with their current line. Correction. McNally's going to roll out. Bernardo and her switching sides with Bane in place here. Face-off win. Bane sends it up to Bernardo. Bernardo tips it around to the corner. Backhand centering pass. Blocked by Wild. They're going to clear the zone. Puckett on an attempt to stop. Hatters can regain control. Bernardo on the rush. Chips it around. Into the corner. Comes back to Wells. Wells dinks around, sends it to Crichton. Crichton one time off of the glove. He's going to pick up the loose puck, but misplays. Tips it back to the zone. We're going to have shorthanded rush. Crichton is able to get a stick on it. Puckett tips it up forward. Bame on the rush. It clears the zone. And we're going to have offside. 2 seconds remaining in the power play. Hatters are going to change it up here on the stoppage. $126 remaining in the second. Line change for the Hatters. AC, Ridley, Miller, Crichton, Adams on the ice. Face-off win for the Wild. Adams carries it in deep. Miller backs him up. Adams gets bodied into the corner. Carter on pursuit. Able to chip it loose. Wild chip it forward on the lost puck. We're going to have the hand go up for a slashing on Adams. Wild will go on the power play for the final minute of the second period. Penalty kill line out of Ridley, AC, Moore, and Rubino. Shot from distance, more blocks. Jensen sticks it around the goal as it rolled loose. More on the chase. Rubino gloves it down. It bounces free. 30 seconds remaining in the period. Icing is going to be the call, so that wastes 5 more seconds off the power play and the game clock. New penalty kill line is out for the Hatters. Puckett, McNally, Bernardo, Kasselhofer. 22 seconds remaining in the second. No control on the face-off win. The Kasselhofer digs it out. Puckett blocks it free of his own. He's going to have a short-handed goal attempt. Loses an edge, and it's going to be turned out free for the Wild. McNally chasing back, shot from distance. Stick save, Jensen. Kasselhofer tips it around to clear the period, and the Hatters survive the first minute of the power play. Still 0-0 at the end of 2, with the Wild starting the third period. 31 seconds remaining on the power play. That's a great sweatshirt. We didn't start the timer.
If he was playing baseball, no, for more weights. Yeah, he's
I feel like rotation.
And start of the third, 30 seconds remaining. And the Wild are going to capitalize on their quick power play. And with 7 seconds into the third, the Wild score the first goal of the game. Back to full strength. 5-on-5 hockey. On ice, McNally, Puckett, Bernardo, Kasselhofer, Paulo. Face-off win for Puckett. Bernardo gets stick checked away. Puckett picks up the loose puck in neutral ice. Wild chips it in. Kasselhofer pursues into the corner, picks it up, carries it behind the net. Chips it, blocked off the body from the Wild. Puckett picks up the puck in the zone. Kasselhofer chips it forward for Bernardo. Loses an edge, dinks around, carries it into the zone. Dropped it for Kasselhofer. Shot. High and wide from the point. Wild are going to send it in deep. No icing as they made the center line. Puckett picks up the loose puck, carries it off behind the net, off the boards, and chips over a Wild stick. They send it back in for offside. We'll have a neutral zone restart in front of the Hatters bench. Line change for the Hatters. Miller, Crichton, Bain. Wells, Moore. Crichton wins the face-off back to himself, sends it to Moore. Moore chips it up the ice, goes to Wild. Wild sends it into the zone. Wells pursues against the wall. Loses his edge. Moore chips it out, but Wild hold. Moore regains the puck, carries it back behind the net. Sends it off of a Wild body. Puck squirts free of the zone. Wild are going to play deep. They're content to defend their 1-goal lead. Centering pass from Moore. It's going to be just off of goal. We're going to have icing. Wild's keeper was watching that tight. Trying to take advantage of that call. Offensive line change for the Hatters. AC, Ridley, Devaney. Ridley. Hatters end up gaining control of the puck. Chip it forward. AC gets it free of the zone. Ridley picks up the second neutral ice after AC got sticked away. Chases it into the corner. Holds it in. Holds it into the corner. Centering pass. Goes out to the point. Wells shot from distance off the keeper's mask. Nobody in front of the net. They send it back around. Carter trying to hold. Wild clear. Shot save. 2 saves from Jensen. He loses his stick. We have a pile up behind the net. Moore comes away with the puck, but it sends it off of AC's back leg. AC picks it up. Wild hold. Shot off the post. AC chases it in the corner. Wild send it back into the corner. Wells pursues. Wild sends it out to the point. It clears the zone. Wild still has possession. They chip it in off of stripes. Wild chip it in, send it in deep. We're going to have the Wild change it up on the back half of their line. AC continues to fight here. Ridley sticks. Oh, and it goes off of Jensen's stick. Squeaks in underneath. .34 remaining in the game. Wild up 2-0. Wild face-off win. McNally presses. Adams plays the puck. Arnold forces in. And we're going to have the hand go up. Looks like we're going to have a tripping call for a Hatters power play. Not a good call. Hatters power play. On ice, Bernardo, Puckett, McNally, Crichton, and Adams. Face-off win goes to the wall for Puckett. Bernardo picks it up in the corner. Centering pass is blocked off the Wild skate. Puck bounces free over Crichton's stick. He keeps it out of the zone. Wild bounce. Bernardo picks it up in neutral ice. Carries it in on the rush, sticked away. And we're going to have offside as it deflected off of Adams' stick back into the zone. Hatters are going to change it up. 7:55 remaining in the game. 1:06 on the power play. On ice, Miller, Crichton, Bain. Adams, Cashloffer. Wild sticks it away. Adams carries it behind the net, forcing his way through. He gets stolen away, centering pass off of Adams' stick. Troy sticks it away. Crichton recovers. It goes off Miller's stick. It's going to be icing, as the deflection from Miller was short of the blue line, let alone the red line. 7:27 remaining in the game. 39 seconds on the power play. With the man advantage for the Hatters. Face-off win cleanly from Crichton out to Miller. Miller fights through. Wild holds his own. Wild send it back in deep. Wells is going to chase it around the corner, sends it up hard to Bain. Bain picks it free, carries it around into the corner. Centering pass on the backhand. It's going to be flipped back clear. They're going to wave it off for icing. 9 seconds remaining on the power play. He chips it up to Crichton, who misses it off the boards. Wild are about to be full strength. Cashelhoffer runs it off the boards, clears his own. Crichton dinks in, but Wild clear back out. Cashelhoffer blocker save from Jensen on that shot. And that puck ends up in the net. Line change for the Hatters. AC Ridley, Devaney, Rubino, and Moore. Wild wins it back. Shot from distance. Glove save, Jensen. No clear winner on that face-off. It ends up in the corner. It squirts free for Ridley. Ridley sends it up to AC. AC forced off the puck, but he chips it back into the center. Wild control. Chip it clear of the zone. Wild send it in. Wild of the net. Devaney pursues. Centering pass. Clear for the zone. It's off of Ridley's stick into the Wild's hands. Shot off of Rubino's stick, blocked high over the net. Moore on pursuit. Ridley with the body. Shot, blocked, stick save, Jensen, and we're going to have a power play.
Yes, shot! Good job!
Because everybody just stopped when the hand went up. So there will not be a power play for the Wild. .5:30 remaining in the game. Wild up 3-0. As Stripes has sorted it all out, we're ready for the restart. Face-off win for puck. It goes out to the board. Bernardo sends it into the zone. And we're going to have offside near dot. Face-off win for Puckett out to the board again. Sent in by Hollow. Puckett on pursuit. Bernardo posts up in there. McNally, backhanded for the centering pass. Kashover holds, shot from distance, chipped in, on net, and it's saved. That one almost bounced through on Bernardo's tip from Kashover's shot. Line change for the Hatters. Fame, Crichton, Miller, Adams, and Wells. Puck dies in the face-off circle. And we're going to have just enough for offside. 4:55 remaining in the third. Crichton carries it into the zone, loses an edge. Fame sneaks it through. Miller in the center. Fame tries to drive to the net. Wells picks up the loose puck on the forced entry. The diving block for Adams on that previous series. Adams chips it up the board. Wild holds. Adams loses an edge. Wells deflects it just wide on the opposite side of the net. 4 minutes remaining. Adams gets pinned in the corner. Crichton is trying to dig it out. Squirts free to a Wild. Shot off of Jensen. Puck goes off of Miller's skate on the clear. Bounces free. Bain is going to challenge. And Wild is able to clear back out. Save Jensen. 3:15 remaining in the game. Face-off win for the Wild. Comes back to the blue line, goes D to D. Moore loses an edge. We're going to have one-on-one for Bernardo. Tips it up wide of the net, chases it to the far boards. He's all by himself. Moore's not able to hold his own. Declan on the delay, forces it wide, centering pass, and shot. Score for the Wild. And that should about put this out of reach for us. There are still 3 minutes left. And we've seen crazier. On ice, McNally, Puckett, Bernardo, Moore, and Rubino. Puckett wins the face-off. Chase forces it through. Shot off of the stick. High over the glass. Wild is able to clear it in the scrum. Moore pokes it back out of zone. Wild waits for the zone to clear. Moore with sends the puck into the corner. Wild send it back out to the point. Shot. Bounces free. Cover. Jensen. Change for the Hatters. AC Crichton, AC Ridley, Devaney, Casual offer, Kahlo. Carter, AC's able to chip it free. Devaney picks up the loose puck. AC delays, clears, carries it in on his own after all of that. Off of a Ridley skate. Kahlo on the delay, gets his stick on it, shot, low wide. Kasheloff with a body on that forward, able to keep his stick off of it. Shot low off his stick and a skate. It ends up getting slapped backwards by Hatter to Jensen. 1:40 remaining in the game. Full fresh line for the Hatters. Crichton, Bame, Miller, Wells, and Adams. Wild is able to hold it. They send it into the corner. Adams chases it into the corner. Crichton picks up the loose puck from behind the net. Gets sent forward, but it's finds a Wild stick. Chipped forward. Jensen is going to glove that one and hold. Wild sends it wide of the net and sends it back high and wide. Adams not able to pick up the puck behind the net. Less than a minute remaining in the game. Centering pass from the Wild. Crichton intercepts, carries it through, sends it up to Miller. Miller enters the zone. It's on net. And the keeper is going to be content to freeze that puck. 37 seconds remaining in the game. Restart coming to the keeper's glove side. On ice, Puckett, Bernardo, McNally, Rubino, and Moore. Face-off win forward for the Wild. They chip it in deep, short of the red line. That'll burn off 3 seconds. Come back for a restart again to the keeper's glove side. Wild wins face off to the corner. Puckett forces his way through, centers it. Wild fights through, sends it in deep. Carries into the corner. And we're going to have 3, 2, 1, and that's going to be a wrap. So after a tremendous start for the first 24 minutes, the wheels kind of came off for the Hatters in the third as the Wild put up 4. But that will do it for the Peachtree Shootout. Final, Wild 4, Hatters